Let's also talk about the other important and probably one of the other significant foreign operations for Singtel, and that is Airtel. We saw a while ago that contributions from Airtel actually rose by about 33%. So that's pretty impressive. But there was that decision by Singtel to actually pare their stake in Airtel actually by about 1.2%. If things are looking good for Airtel, why pare the stake now, sir?
Well, we have announced probably 2.5, 3 years ago that we would, in the medium term, we would want to equalize our stake with our Indian partner, Sunil Mittal. So we want to make sure that we actually are joined at the hip in terms of growing Airtel in India. Fundamentally, we do believe in the Indian story. The economic growth is strong, and the digitalization and the automation and drive adoption of AI is going to be a key driver to Airtel growth. In the area of focus, Airtel is now looking very strongly into enterprise businesses and the fixed businesses as well. So we believe in the long-term story of India, and we will stay invested. In the medium term, we say that we want to equalize our stake with Sunil, and therefore you see the equalization and the very small divestment of some of our stakes in Airtel.
Right. Let's look at the other areas of Singtel's operations. And you mentioned NCS. We also know digital infraco is an area that you're really trying to pivot towards. And it's also happening against the backdrop of revenues flattening or looking a little bit more challenging in terms of growth. How is Singtel planning to at least leverage some of the encouraging growth trends we're seeing in the digital space, in data centers, to help perhaps offset some of the stagnating revenues, for lack of a better term, we're seeing in the mobile space, sir?
In the digital infraco space, we are really in the investment mode. We are building a lot of new data centers, and many of these data centers have not come online yet. So in the later part of this year and early next year, you'll see our big data center in Singapore turning on, and you see some of our new data center in Thailand turning on. So once the data centers are turned on, you'll see revenue improvement or increase from these two new data centers. Currently, we are just optimizing. We are just sitting on a very fully loaded data centers that we have. So you will not see revenue growth in the near term. But once the data centers turns on, you'll see that. In the Singapore revenue case, you see that while it is remained flat, if you peel the onion a little bit more, you'll see that there's actually underlying growth of mobile revenue from Australia, from Optus, and we have also turning off some of the revenue that we were not accruing from previous years, like Trustwave, that has come off. We have sold the business, so we are no longer recognizing those revenue. So on a net basis, if you take away some of the one-offs, there's actually a 2% revenue growth at the group level.